Hello there, this is 8 Feet Under Nate. Today we have a new flashlight. This is the Quantum QFL-588. As you can see, it has a little brand name written on it here, if my camera will focus. So anyway, it has 588 lumens, which is pretty bright. It's my brightest flashlight. 538 foot range, which is around, let's see, it's around 150 feet. 150 meters, and 3 hour and 24 minute runtime. So let's compare it. And oh yeah, it has 3 modes too. It has standard mode. I think that's standard mode, and you can focus it by shifting this back and forth. Here, let's turn it off for this. You can zoom it in and out on any mode. And then they have like a little zoom instruction here. Flip it over. Then I don't like that they wrote that on the side of it. I think that it should be kept as plain as possible. And then that does not need to be there. So yeah, that's just my opinion. I don't know what other people think about that. Then second mode. Second mode is a bit dimmer than the first one, and that makes my camera freak out. And then the third one is strobe mode, which is flashing. So if you do have epilepsy, then you might want to skip this part. There we go, there it is. So the camera was freaking out again. Anyway, you can focus it in and out on any mode, and that could help with the range. I don't know if the 538 foot range is with fully zoomed in or not. It might be, or maybe not. Oh, don't look directly into the LED or shine it in your pet's eyes or anything. That's not good if you have one of these, or any flashlight for that matter. Unless you're a spotlight crew, in that case it's your job. But so now we can see the back of the phone, or the back of the case. And the adjustable zoom, it's made out of aluminum. It takes 4 AAA batteries. Let's take off the back of it. I got this flashlight in a store in the US. I think it was, yeah, Harbor Freight Tools. It was $15 US, which is around, I would say, 12 euros maybe. I don't know how much euros it is, and around 20 or $25 Canadian. It was a pretty good price for how much of a flashlight you're getting here. As you can see, it has a 5-2 striking edge in case you wanted to hit anyone with it or hit anything with it. And I do have one thing to say about the 5-2 striking edge. Here's my other tactical flashlight, I guess you could call it, and it has a 3-2 striking edge. And then, as you can see here, these teeth are about a bit more than 1 millimeter thick, maybe 1.5 millimeters, 2 millimeters thick. Let's just measure. Yep, around 1.5 millimeters thick. And then these are a lot less than that. They're like I don't know, 0.7 millimeters. And if you're hitting, like, I don't know, cinder blocks and stuff with this, you might bend. These teeth are going to be a lot easier to bend and chip than these teeth. But let's be honest, you're probably not going to be hitting your flashlight against too many things unless you're, I don't know, hopefully you didn't buy your flashlight so you could hit stuff with it. And if you did, I'm not going to judge you unless you bought your flashlight to hit people, and then in that case I probably will judge you. But otherwise, if you do end up hitting something with your flashlight, I would definitely prefer this one. It's also a sleeker design, I guess. This one's a bit bulkier. I would say it's quite a bit heavier. I don't know. Seems to have some like oil here. Some, maybe not. Anyway, yeah, just wanted to point that out. That the teeth on this phone are also made out of aluminum, so that's a metal that bends relatively easily. But you're not going to be hitting your phone against too much stuff unless, hopefully you won't be. This flashlight was around $30 Canadian, and when I got it, it was like 50, but when I look at it online now, it's like $30 Canadian, so maybe I got ripped off by Canadian Tire, but that's not important. So it's around $20 American, I would say, or 25 if you converted it. This one's an underhand flashlight. You can tell by the buttons being on the top and bottom of the flashlight. This is more of an overhand flashlight because the button is on the bottom of the flashlight. So you could sort of hold it like underhand, but then it's better to hold overhand so you can use your thumb on the button. So anyway, well, you can also hold this one overhand and just use your palm and then your pinky finger to hit the buttons. But I prefer underhand, holding it underhand, because, you know, just makes more sense. This flashlight is around 12.5 centimeters long. If you include and fully zoomed out or zoomed in, it's around 14.5 centimeters long. It's a pretty long flashlight. It might not be comfortable to put in your pocket, but shouldn't be too bad. It's not like you're putting like an apple or something in your pocket. This flashlight, on the other hand, my Coast flashlight, Coast PX20, it is around, just put the ruler on the other side of it. It's also around 12.5 centimeters, so 11.5. Sorry, I can't measure today. Bit shorter, bit more slim. Then, thought it would be a good comparison. Anyway, that pretty much wraps it up. It seems to be anodized aluminum and not painted. Would prefer it if they didn't have this writing on the side here, because it just doesn't look very good. But I also paid $15 for it, so what can I really expect? But yeah, I don't know. That's also $20 Canadian and more than I've paid, or actually less than I paid for my other flashlight. Anyway, I have some other flashlights too that I could compare it to, but let's keep this video under 10 minutes because my camera doesn't record anything longer than that. Thanks for watching. See you next time. And consider subscribing if you want to.